Great. Hi, Karen. First 30, 35 minutes, that looked like the team, looked like how you want the team to play. Can you talk about that? And also what you saw in the New York first goal? It looked like guys were caught upfield, like the outside backs especially.
Yeah, Frank. I thought it was another game where we had a good first half. Um, Obviously we score a goal, bit fortunate, but felt like we controlled large portions of that first half. And got in great positions. Good occupation in the final third, which is what we wanted to do, and it felt like we were having the run of the game. And then, very, like you said, very disappointed to give away the goal in a transition moment. We've given away 5 goals this year, and 2 of them are transitions and 2 of them are defensive set pieces. So of the 5, 4 of those are, becoming a trend. I feel like when we're in balance, and get our line set and our block set up, we're very difficult to break down, but the defensive set pieces and the transitions, we have to clean that up. For me, it's another game where we're close, but not close enough. Felt like we played better in the attack at times and got in great positions, but the quality on the cross, even just for me, the responsibility to shoot, to take a risk, to get the ball in the box, to then create something. I just felt like we were too safe when we got in around the goal. So, we'll continue to work, continue to look at those things, continue to improve. I don't think we lost the game today because the team didn't fight or because, the guys didn't give all they had. We lost the game today, in the boxes, and that continues to be where we're falling short. We got to clean up the defensive set pieces. We brought in a set piece coach, and we spent a lot of time, more than I've ever seen anybody spend time on set pieces. And right now we're -2 on set pieces. We've given away 2 goals and we haven't scored a goal. So we have to be better there, and have to be better in the transition moments. And then we have to be better, for me, in the final third, continuing to show quality. I thought it was a game where the outside backs and the wide guys, if they get service in, that we would create more. And I didn't think we did that enough today.
Seth McCullough, we'll go to you next. Seth, you're on mute now.
Hi, Coach. Can you talk about some of the changes you made to the starting lineup? Particularly interested in bringing in Polster and moving Lagodi to the bench.
Yeah, we just felt like Matt, his leadership. Obviously, in preseason, we had played with Yusuf, Matt, and Jackson together, and we had success with that, shape, and Yusuf playing as a shuttler on the left. It's a tight pitch. There's not a ton of width. So we felt like Luka would be better off the bench.
Emma, we'll go to you next, and you're unmuted now.
Hey, Caleb, I'm just wondering, with the break coming up, how you think that's going to affect the team, possibly help reset after these first few matches.
Yeah, again, we've been competitive in every game. Like I said, we're close. Here we were again in the 65th minute, 1-1. So that's the good and the bad. The good is we've been competitive in every game and we've been right there in every second half. The bad is that we're not finding that breakthrough, and I do believe it will come. Again, if there's a positive, it's not like we're overmatched in any game. We're right there. So we just got to continue to work on the final third, especially, and to clean up the set pieces.
Caleb Pongratz, we'll go to you next, and you're unmuted now.
Hey, Coach. Just wanted to ask, at the end of the game there, Carlos Heel looked a little visibly upset. He had he pulled his jersey over his head and was consoled by a couple of the coaches, a couple of players. Can you give any insight about what Carlos was feeling and if you've had any conversations with him since the game has ended?
I think everybody was upset. I don't think him being upset is out of the ordinary when you lose a game at all. You want your players upset when they lose a game. So I honestly don't know how to answer that question. I think it's kind of a weird question, to be honest with you.
Seth, we'll go to you next, and you're unmuted now.
Hi, Coach. I just want to ask about you mentioning the taking more risk in the final third. Were there particular moments where you felt like there a little bit more risk was needed?
Yeah, we got the ball wide quite a bit. And instead of going 1v1 and getting a cross in, we too many times went backwards in those situations. Thought Eli actually, when he came in, we got a little bit more, even though he's right-footed. But he, wanted to drive at the right back and get crosses in, and that's what we needed. It's a game. If we got crosses in, I felt we'd score either on the first ball or the counter press. And yeah, we got to take more responsibility, take more risks, and just be a bit more ruthless, and that's individual, but it's also collective. I think we just got to continue to work on that. We did get in better spots today. We had more control, so that's good. But yeah, we need to continue to show more quality in that final third.